heard you say this, and I've been using it. I just want to tell you, I'm stealing it. I've been saying it everywhere. But I heard you say this, and it's so simple. You was like, the answers to the test is in the film. And I was like, genius.
Yeah, no doubt.
Explain that. Explain that for everybody out here. What does that mean for you? And obviously, you're one of the greatest to do it.
I give you a little bit of this game.
Don't tell them everything.
I got to start with giving kudos, credit to my high school coach, Doug Bibby.
Mm-hmm.
And my freshman year in high school basketball, he suspended me 12 games as well for other stuff off the court, but he made me sit on the bench and watch the games. And then when we watched film, at that age, you hate being called out. You hate looking at yourself on film that's never been done before, so I couldn't stand it. But he was teaching me the game. And then I started to learn. I started to pay attention instead of taking it as, I took it as constructive criticism versus just straight criticism, or he's knocking me, or he's always pointing me out. But for me, I was the best player on the team. And if he can coach me, he can coach anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding, learning my mistakes, going through it over and over again, now I started to look at it like, okay, let me figure this out. And then when I would play the same team over and over again, I would end up knowing their plays because of the mistakes I learned. I got to watch their habits. When a guy makes 4 dribbles to the left, he usually throw the hook pass to the right. So I'm able to pick up the game, and I'm like, it's just like school for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I study, I ace the test. If I don't study, I'm gonna fail the test. It's not that it's not that it's not complicated. So for me, just studying guys' tendencies, you know what I mean, trying to be ahead of the curve and taking it serious. And I always ask a lot of young guys in the last couple of years I've worked with. Some of these guys coming from colleges, prestige colleges, not even watching film. So that's crazy to me. Like I said, I'm not gonna call anybody out, but like I said, there's been some great young talent that's been stars at these schools, and they come to pros, and it's like, I don't watch film. Like, why not? Because I don't know what to look for. I'm like, damn.
So that was my question.
I don't know what to look for.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
So, but when those watching film, if you was giving out some keys defensively,
okay,
what are you looking at?
Just give out a few, though. Don't give out a lot, though.
I'm gonna give you one key. I'm gonna give you one key.
Yep.
So if I'm watching film myself and I'm checking a Steph, I'm watching the film in slow motion. So whenever Steph moves, if he's taken 2 steps before I moved, I'm behind. I've lost, and that's where I got to pick up my intellect, understand. Okay, when he moves, I need to move. Or obviously he's the master of the best that's ever did it with playing without the ball. So for me, watching him just on a simple pin down, I'm able to get to the body or lock and trail, understand how not to get hit on the screen. And if I go over the top, now I'm gonna force him into it too.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm checking Steph, if I can avoid him from shooting, not even get 16 attempts up. If I can get his attempts down to 8, if you go 8 for 8, it's 8. But if you get to 16, you can get crazy. If he's 16 threes attempt, then you got 12 free throws. It's gonna be a long night.
Right.
So whenever I'm watching or playing against one of the greats, the D Roses, those guys, I'm not just studying, them get 32 points. How are they getting 32 points?
Mm-hmm.
How is James Harden getting 60 points the last 14 games?
Free throw.
Okay, that way he's averaging 18 free throws. If I can if I can test all the shots without leaving the floor, I'm gonna alleviate. The refs shouldn't call fouls technically if you don't leave the floor. You're not landing in their airspace. So just trying to play the game within the game on how to break down some of the stars and how you play them and how to, minimize their point systems or how they approach the game. Because D-Wade might be thinking, okay, if I get 6 a quarter, but 4 of his points in the first half might be from free throws. If I can take that away now, he only got 6 at half versus 18 or whatever he may have, depending on if he's shooting a 3 or the 2.